Appaloosa. He was raised on the estate of Miss Stedman. I picked him and an older stallion up the other day, Isaac. This is Cherokee. Neither one have had much handling. Essentially they're feral, but they have had really great care. But the care consisted of them coming into a feed stock, and then they would be tranquilized while they were eating in a very narrow feed stock that would just hold them still, and then haltered. And while they were sedated, they would have their hooves trimmed, their teeth floated, vaccines, whatever they needed. They're both in incredibly good flesh, really great care. Right now, only thing that they need is some training. And as we get going in their training, we'll get their hooves redone because they're a little due for that. If for some reason I'm not able to handle their hooves before we get further into the training where we're actually doing some work, then we'll go the sedation route, but my hope is that we won't have to. My phone was charging, so I didn't film it, but I set up back there some panels. Cherokee's been loose in this round pen for a few days just to kind of acclimate. He's finally quit pacing. He's really excited about the other horses. He was solitary with some donkeys. He did, as a gelding, he was living with a few other horses, but as the estate was going through its procession, some family members took the other horses. It was just these last two guys that needed a safe landing, so here they are. But anyhow, I set up a little chute over there to catch him in. This is a homemade halter. I can't remember the term for it. It's like not a hackamore, a martingale halter or something like that. My genius, dearest friend in Virginia, Miss Joyce Henry, suggested it for a horse that I had some trailer loading issues with. And this worked fabulous for teaching him to move forward into pressure. I'm a cheapskate. I didn't spend $60 on a fancy one, so I made one. It worked really great for that 17 hand thoroughbred who would thrash and freak out and wrecked my trailer. And now he loads like a dream. Just use the halter twice. And the same rhythmic pressure technique that I had used before, but in addition or conjunction with the halter, it worked really great. So I put this on Cherokee. His extent of leading is just out of the stock to stand sedated to have his feet done. He's wicked smart and has always had great handling, kind handling. So from the chute to here, he's kind of figured it out. But I'm just going to do a really quick session in here where we're controlled, and then I'm going to try to walk him down to the barn if all goes well. I need to use the round pen today to show a horse, so he needs to vacate and go into a stall like a big boy. Hi, Pumpkin. How you doing, cutie? How you doing, cutie? So we're just going to do a little pressure and release. Good. Good. He has no idea outside of what little handling he's had that good things are in store. For all he knows, I'm just a monster. When I went to go get him, I took a big open stock trailer over to the property, and while he was sedated, we did the classic, put a rope behind the butt, did some tapping. He was pretty drugged, so wonderful vet. Dr. Atherton was there. He picked up his front feet and I pulled with the rope, and my niece Riley pulled the halter rope, and we got him to walk right onto the trailer under sedation. So we're just gonna do a little work today, see if I can get him wanting to follow and not scared of that. Good boy. Come on. Good. There. Good. There. this is all, I would chalk it up to beginner's luck and agreeability on his part. This wouldn't be my training. This would just be that he's pretty smart. My friend Kelly Siegler had the other siblings in training and did the natural horsemanship approach with them through her training program. And they really excelled in her training, so I think the fact that she and I use very similar styles, I should have a lot of success with this guy. I'm not in any hurry for him to be under saddle. I'm not in any hurry for him to have any kind of job. He's older. I want him to just be laid back for the rest of his life. Something that Casey can ride or Ellie can ride. And just take down the road on some trails and enjoy in Hitchcock Woods or what have you. It's okay. Step forward to it. There. Yes, you don't have to be scared. I plan on spending a lot of time just doing groundwork, making friends. They've had a huge change in reality. These guys have lived alone their whole lives. From what I understand, Miss Stedman just enjoyed looking at them and enjoyed petting them over the fence and feeding them. And that's you know, if you can do that and have zero expectations on a horse, that's great. She afforded them the life of Riley, but she also gave them consistently good care. A lot of people will throw a horse in a pasture and forget about them, and their feet go wayside, their weight goes wayside. Miss Stedman always made sure that these guys were very well taken care of. She did it in a way that her family valued them as well, and after she passed, her family really took the time to make sure that they landed in a good place. So, in honor of Miss Stedman, I plan on doing the same. They'll be like my Brontes, and they'll have a forever home. They'll just be family members. If we do something more than trail ride, that'll be cool, but the expectation isn't there for them. The expectation is just for them to be happy family members. He's really figuring this out, just turning. Let's see if we can add some steps. Come on, we're gonna have to walk a little distance to get to the barn. You come with me? There we go. I'm looking for that place where he wants to stop and ask for just slightly more. Come on. Come on. There. Good boy. So let him show me where he's willing, and then I ask a little. Let's see if he'll give to that. Good boy. You want to come all the way up and have fun? Good. Come on. Good. 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 Meeting Miss Stedman's family really made me think about my own herd and some of the people that I've met through the years that may be a little older and have their own horses. You know, it's really important that when you pass and you have large animals like this, that you don't leave them to your family to sort out with any form of direction. You know, I think she probably spent a lot of time talking to her family about these horses and, you know, what she wanted to happen with them. You know, to the point that even Dr. Atherton knew how much she cared about these guys and how important it was to her that they all have good futures, so that they didn't wind up in a sale barn or in careless hands that would exploit them in one way or the other. So if I can just pass that along, because that's something that I'll be sitting down to do. I have a list in my head of the people that I'd want my animals to go to, but without it being on paper. You know, I have younger children, and I wouldn't want to leave it up to my friends and young children to figure out what to do. So if you're in Miss Stedman's position or my position, make sure that you have those talks and that it's on paper, because anything could happen and then your animals are in peril, and the only places to clean up the mess for you are social services for dogs, you know, aka the pound, local rescues who may not have the resources, or strangers that may not have your animal's best interest at heart. What do you think, buddy? Let me take a walk down to the barn, put you in a stall and give you some breakfast. I think he'll probably walk with me. Got a long enough rope if he decides not to. We can figure that part out too with trying to catch him. Ha! Good boy. It's okay. See, he's come to know that the round pen is his sanctuary. It's okay. Good boy. Just like loading on a trailer. There you go. There you go. Come on. It's okay. Yeah, see, this can be just as intimidating as getting on a trailer. That's okay. Yeah, see? There we go. Good. Good. There we go. Good. So anyhow, I only have 2 hands. I'm going to go ahead and check off. I think we're going to make it to the barn just fine.